Hi, it's me talking about Rilke. Do we know Elegy 1 and the ninth Elegy? So the message, number one, the message that I took away from these poems was the importance of the individual. And maybe that was like something that's a lot of people saw, but it was kind of really insightful for me. My favorite line of the whole thing was, "Often a star was waiting for you to notice it. A wave rolled toward you out of the distant past, as you walked under an open window. A violin yielded itself to your hearing. All this was a mission, but could you accomplish it? Weren't you always distracted by expectation, as if every event announced a beloved?" And I was like, oh my god, how did he know that I always have these expectations? It's just, it was really, it's beautiful to think that that an individual is needed. And especially for me, I never really kind of consider that. I always see the importance of the masses and never really the individual. And I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed this piece of work because it was emphasizing the importance of people for something that you wouldn't think is so important. Where else did he write? And then he wrote something like, Gasparo Stampa intensely enough so that any girl... Oh, wait. Have you imagined Gasparo Stampa intensely enough so that any girl deserted by her beloved might be inspired by that fierce example of soaring, objectless love, and might say to herself, perhaps I can be like her. Shouldn't this most ancient of sufferings finally grow more fruitful for us? Which is really awesome. So instead of comparing yourself to somebody else, you should be inspired by somebody else. And for me, because I'm an older child and I'm like, if I win, I'm the winner at everything, and if I lose, we're never going to play again. So it's not comparing yourself to others, it's being inspired by others. And that's really important and valuable, along with finding the importance of the individual. And I think that goes hand in hand. Being able to look at somebody else's work and say, I'm inspired, rather than I'm never going to do it again because I know it won't be that good. At least for me. So with the ninth elegy, I really liked when he said, oh, not because happiness exists. Okay, this confused me. I don't understand this phrase. This paragraph. It's not even a paragraph. It's just this section. Oh, not because happiness exists that too hasty profit snatched from approaching loss. Not out of curiosity, not as practice for the heart, which would exist in the laurel too. But because truly everything here is so much, because everything here apparently needs us. And I get confused. I'm like, does happiness exist? I don't understand that at all. But because truly being here is so much, because everything here apparently needs us. Because everything here apparently needs us. And that's cool. That's cool to think about. I kind of have a hard time with that, because I'm like, we're ruining the earth. How could it need us? But I don't know, maybe there's a reason for everything. Maybe that's what he's getting at. I don't know. Don't think he kind of considered global warming back in the day. And maybe if someone were writing this now, it would be different. But I don't know, for that time, it's pretty deep, and I'm so into this. This is I enjoyed this piece of work the most out of everything. And I even made a note. I said, the universe doesn't care. Maybe it does care. Maybe everything is for people and animals. I don't know. It's just really insightful, and it's there's a lot to think about, and I really enjoyed it because it's so, you can interpret this in so many different ways and bring up points to so many different ideas. that I think this piece of work is like really valuable. And like I said, it's like the one that I've enjoyed the most. And then the last thing I think I'm going to bring up is on page 2296, he says, "But what can we take along into that other realm? Not the art of looking." So is it the art of feeling? Is it the art of touching? Is it the art of, like, smelling? Like, I don't know. It's, you just don't know. And I think that's why I really liked this, because it's you can just give me anything. So, yes, I thought this message was enjoyable and important. The message of the importance of the individual. Number 3, how did you came upon this? I did. I gave you text support, contextual evidence. And so I feel like this message can kind of, I feel like with social norms, so I'll just talk about social norms for a little bit. I feel like social norms are very limiting and very exclusive for people of color, for homosexuals, for anyone else who isn't, like, normal, who isn't glamorized, who isn't white. It's important to feel important. And maybe I've been on Tumblr too much, and, like, I haven't been. It's okay. How do I say this? Because it just sounds weird. There's a certain type of person who's glamorized in Western civilization, and people who aren't that are told that they're less important and that they're less valuable. And reading something that says, yeah, you are valuable, that everything here needs you, it's one of the most important and kind of insightful things I've read lately. I dig it. I dig it so much. I really liked this poem, or these poems, because it's not every day that you hear you're important and you're valuable. It's always like, well, what can you do to change yourself to fit into these social norms? So, anyway, that's all I have to say. Goodbye.